This man is on fire. I lied. My bit was about Alicia Keys.
Yeah, it's funny. The title's misleading because he literally is not ever.
Yeah, there's no point in it where he is on fire.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think there are some people in the movie that
end up being on fire.
Yeah, they don't start. They're not.
Yeah, well,
fire people. They're not on fire from the beginning.
This is not about peaceful protesting.
No.
And setting yourself on fire for a cause.
I don't know that I would ever do that.
I don't know if I would either.
Not without proper protection. Practice.
Oh yeah.
Practice safe pyrotechnics.
If in the near to distant future, Jarvis, I got a professional on like a set that knows how to set somebody on fire like safely, would you do it?
Sure.
So full-time movie fans, we need you to subscribe and share with everybody so we can set Jarvis on fire.
Maybe we'll do that for like our thousandth.
That's like a 50,000.
Oh
thing.
yeah, okay.
Those guys are expensive.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
But we're just trying to get there. So like and subscribe. I'm going to do this right off the bat because I know that like
we'll both
attention
forget
spans are
immediately.
very short, so we'll get it right off the bat.
Millie, I think, wants to join us today.
Like, subscribe if you enjoy hanging out with us.
Join us, puppy. Get up here. Come on. The full-time movie fans, they love you.
Oh, there you go.
There she is.
There you go.
And she is gonna. Yep, perfect. We got a little view of her there, and great view of her. Yes.
Great view she's of her all here. Up in your face.
Yeah. Okay. Well, she's gonna be here now. Go ahead and intro us in there, Jarvis.
Oh yeah. This is full-time movie fans. Welcome back, or welcome for the first time. I'm your host, Millie,
and I'm also your host, Millie. She's being a good sport about it, but she does not like it.
Yeah. So yeah, we're here. Here we are.
Jarvis wanted us to talk about Man on Fire, the Denzel Washington movie.
Yeah, I'm always down for a good Denzel Washington movie.
I'm always up for one.
Yeah.
Not really. I'm not a fan of action movies.
Yeah, this is one that you just hadn't seen before, and I was like, that's kind of crazy to me.
Because I don't watch action movies.
But you've seen Taken.
When it came out, because my dad was watching it on the TV.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Denzel. So Denzel's done a few of these types of movies. With Man on Fire, which I think is still my favorite. And then you've got like the Equalizer movies, which I believe are remakes.
Man on Fire is also a remake.
Oh, that's true. I did see that somewhere.
So the thing in the 80s was action movies, and then the thing in the early 2000s was making the action movies, but on digital.
Yeah.
Which
with new characters.
the aesthetic of this movie was we couldn't do this on film. With like the slowing down of things and it being weird.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Wasn't it made in the like mid 2000s?
2003.
Early 2000s, so.
In 2003.
A little while ago.
Yeah, I was just a wee 6-year-old. You want to tell everyone how old you were?
Oh, man. If you were 6, then I was probably what?
You should pull a Tommy Wiseau and go, yeah, I was also 6.
No, I wasn't. I was probably...
Do you remember that part in The Disaster Artist?
I was 8.
Where he comes to pick up...
No, that's not true.
Greg Sestero, and his mom goes, how old are you? And he said, I'm his age. He goes, 19? He goes, yeah, I'm 19. Great part.
I think I was getting ready to go to... No. I was in high school still when that one came out.
Okay. I was not.
You were...
I bet you if I texted my dad and asked him if he...
I was about to say...
Rugrats.
You were playing with blocks.
I was watching Rugrats.
I don't know what 6-year-olds do these days.
If I ask my dad if he's seen this movie, he'd probably tell me yes. So if that's any indication for anybody...
Maybe we could do a feature where we get your dad's hot takes.
I would. I would
watches.
love to watch you two spend 6 hours talking about just one movie because you would not have the option for any shorter.
Oh yeah, That might be for the once we get to the membership. We had a membership.
Yeah.
If you want to watch a 6-hour
great.
video,
Well-
we'll put it on the membership page.
I think it's you and my dad are both yappers. Y'all love to talk.
How dare you?
You are a yapper, don't lie. If you had to choose
I've been known to yap.
between talking and not talking, I generally am the talker. And like between me and Sybil, I'm the talker for sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But with other people, I'm usually the quieter one.
Gotcha.
Like Josh is the yapper.
Yeah,
Everyone knows that one though.
for sure. When somebody wants to talk more than me, I let them.
That's good.
For the most part.
We have a backlog that says otherwise, but
I just like to interject jabs here and there.
it's true. You
Whenever
do.
something funny comes to mind, at
It's
least
really
funny
true.
to me.
He does do
I'll
that
throw
a
it
lot.
out there. So, anyways, this is a movie that's better than Taken, in my opinion.
Yeah, because I don't remember a thing about Taken besides them. I do not
This
know
is-
who you are.
Yeah,
but
let's
I
get
will
into
find you,
our first
and I will
impressions
kill
part
you.
of the podcast.
You go ahead and do yours because I saw it like
Just
an
a few
hour
minutes
ago.
ago. Yeah. Well, yeah. So my first impressions were this movie is crazy good. So I have this strong sense of justice, and I love to see people being brought to justice, especially when they're horrible criminals.
That's something we have in common is that if the villain gets a real good square punch to the face, we're both like, yeah.
Yeah, this
is good.
The second half of this movie is square punches to the face.
Oh, in creative fashion, yeah.
Not in a literal sense most of the time.
No, I wish he would have just thrown one, you know?
Yeah, but he throws a lot more than just punches at these bad guys. So it really hit that satisfaction button for me.
Mm-hmm.
Denzel is an incredible actor. Dakota Fanning is fantastic. So yeah, my first impression was
Millie's just dead
I
stare.
think my first impression was like, if you would have asked me if I got out of the theater, I would have been like, oh, 10 out of 10. So great. It's
When did you
obviously
watch
one
it?
that I recommended to you because
Yeah.
I did like it so much. I'm like, we need to do this one.
When did you watch it originally?
Oh man. I probably watched it in college, which was
So a couple years after
sometime,
it came out then.
2006
Okay.
was when I went to college.
We'll say pre-2010. Yeah?
Post.
Post-2010.
No.
Yeah, pre-2010.
Pre-2010.
Yeah.
Between 2006 and 2010.
And then I saw it 15 years later,
Just a few minutes ago.
just a few minutes ago. So I told Jarvis, and I've said this before, I'm not an action movies person. Millie's dead stare is very funny in both angles.
Yeah, this is her stare is just kind of how Michael feels about action movies.
Anyways, so the first hour of this 2.5 hour movie is just a lot of setup, which is not a bad thing. It was good setup. Like
Yeah.
I was engaged, I was paying attention. I'm not a big fan of when action movies do there's a reason they do it, but they start out the movie with just a bunch of and a bunch of
Explosions.
things are happening all at once, and this guy's on the side of a freeway and he's naked, and the gunshots are
Bullets
happening.
are flying everywhere.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh wow, it's like we came to see
Explosions
an
in the back.
action movie.
Yeah, there's a
That's
guy.
crazy.
There's a guy actually on fire in the background.
yeah. That's the man. He's on fire.
Yeah.
The movie's not about him, but it's
He
what
barely
happens.
gets any acknowledgement at all.
Yeah,
The actual man on
it's
fire.
it's because they're just trying to set the premise, which is you're in Mexico City in the 80s, no, in the early 2000s, because it takes place early 2000s,
Yeah.
and people are getting kidnapped over and over for ransom, and it's a
Yeah.
big problem.
Yeah,
So-
it was a big problem. Real true. I don't know if this is based off true story, but I know that.
It's not. I checked.
Oh, okay.
I trust me.
He did the research.
Every time they do every time we do an action movie, I go, is not to spoil my hot take for later, but is it bad or is it based on a true story? Which I'm going to say, just for Jarvis' sake, for the next 45 minutes, it's not bad. The ending is.
I definitely disagree, but I will also mention that the main bad guy is my name twin. His name is Daniel.
That is
I
true.
wasn't a fan
And
of
let me ask you this, as a fellow Daniel, do you feel with your strong sense of justice that he got what was coming to him?
No, I think he could have. I think he could have been punished more for sure. So, I think.
Anyways,
he should have
we'll
been
discuss that later. I have information that Jarvis didn't even know about this for later. So, first hour of the movie, lots of setup. It's real cute. It turns into what's that one with Dwayne the Rock Johnson, where he gets a kid? The Game Plan.
Oh, okay.
That one.
I don't know that I've seen that one.
It's the first hour of the movie is the game plan, and the second hour of the movie is Denzel Washington cauterizing fingers that he just severed.
I love it.
And it's fine because the whole time you're like, yeah, I mean, these people steal kids, so they could
The least they can do. Yeah, the least they can do is get some of their fingers cut off.
Yeah, I think it's only fair.
Because they got those sticky fingers, so you need to get rid of them.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. He also blew up a nightclub. That was cool. And then
Are we still on your first impression? Ending, are we getting into the plot already?
Nope, I'm doing my first impression. And the ending fell short for me and felt like it was missing something, and that's because it was. And I'm not just saying that. I know for a fact. Okay. I took a bath right after I finished watching it so that I could do a little research.
In the tub?
In the tub.
That's where you do your best research?
Yeah, tub research.
That's the research center.
Tub, where my wife reads fanfic of TV shows she watched 20 years ago, and no, not 20 years ago. She was, definitely not 20 years ago. You think you're old.
Yeah.
My wife makes me feel old. Because I can't say in 2005 that I was coherent enough to be watching shows. She definitely wasn't. But she reads her fanfics, and I research movie things.
Mm.
Millie hopped down because we heard a slight thunder, and now she's scared, so she's underneath our table.
Yeah, she's safe now.
Which you've never seen.
And you never will see unless you
subscribe and see the post that Jarvis is going to make on the channel community page that shows the production setup with Millie in it, because I'm texting him the picture right now, and he's going to post it as a community post, and you can see it if you're not subscribed, but you can also see it easier if you do.
Yep.
You like that? You like that for a post?
I do.
Promotional post? So let's get into the plot of this movie, because it is devilishly simple. And it's just how action movies work, really, is that the plot's really straightforward, and then there's just a lot of stuff going on.
Sure, but the difference in this one is that there's a lot of depth in it because they spend so much time with the character development early on.
It's the game plan.
Which a lot of people do not like. I've noticed that when I've said, "Hey, you haven't seen Man on Fire, let's watch this together," and I watch it, and I could see them.
Where's the action?
Yeah, because 30 minutes passes, 40 minutes passes, and they're just kind of like, when is the movie going to start? You know what I mean? I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, it has started.
I love a slow burn. I love a slow burn. So.
You could argue that the problem with Taken is that you don't know who his daughter is, and you don't know who he is, and you really don't care.
Yeah, So, sorry about that part.
It's okay. I'll cut it out in post.
Okay, great. Yeah, so go ahead.
Yeah, so we get introduction with probably the worst cliche film editing from the early 2000s when everything got digital.
Yeah, sure.
It didn't take me. Well, it took me out of the movie a couple of times where I was like, "Stop!" If you don't know what I'm talking about and you haven't watched this movie and you don't really want to, do you remember you wouldn't download a car? That's the editing style. You remember that? You remember that ad? You wouldn't download a car. Don't download movies illegally.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that exact.
It is that. You're right.
Style.
You're right. It's a product of its time.
It is definitely.
And it has not aged well.
No.
That specific thing.
Well,
I'm
that-
glad they did away with that.
That and another weird cliche thing that they do that I know is just like them not prepping in advance is, you know, those like parts of the movie where it slows down but it's like choppy frame rate, whatever. They didn't intend to do that. They went in post and went, oh, you know, it'd be cool and interesting is if we slowed this down, and then the editor would go, oh, but you don't have the frame rate for that, and then you go,
No problem.
we'll do it.
Yeah.
It stylized. It looks cool.
Yeah.
And the editor probably goes,
Does it though?
okay, looks cool, I guess. Shit looks good now.
He checked his bank account to make sure the check cleared first, and was like, okay, I guess.
Oh, absolutely.
You've already paid me,
which
so-
is the right thing to do in that situation. Just to be clear,
Yeah.
it's you can uphold integrity of art, but if the dude insists and he paid you and you already got the money, hey.
Yeah, because
You already got the money.
the full saying to the customer is always right is in matters of taste
In matters of taste.
and the taste
And
of
movies is all a matter of taste.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So we get our introduction. Children in Mexico City are being kidnapped at like 6 a day, basically.
Yeah, I think that part of the movie though, I think it was just text on the screen.
It was.
Yeah. So
While we were getting a montage of a bug flying in my face, a montage of.
I can't wait till the day we
kidnapping
have
things.
enough episodes to actually create a montage of bugs flying in your face that you're swatting away.
I do not wish for this. But if it does happen and somebody else makes the montage, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
And then we get introduced to our main man, Denzel, whose name is John Creaky.
Wick. Oh.
Creaky was an interesting last name.
Creasy.
Creasy.
Yeah.
John Creaky. John Creasy. Either way, who is an alcoholic who is like a retired special ops dude.
He's seen some bad stuff. He doesn't feel great about it, so he tries to drown it in alcohol. So
Yeah, and would rather just not exist. And his best friend in the entire world, who is
Christopher Walken.
who would be my best friend in the entire world. If
I
knew
wish
him.
Christopher Walken was my best friend.
Absolutely.
He seems like a
Absolutely.
great- yeah, and especially his portrayal in the movie, he's definitely a ride or die for sure.
Oh yeah, he's a great guy in the
He'd
movie.
do anything for you.
Oh yeah, and
He's always got your back.
Mr. Creasy doesn't have a job, but has some special skills, and so it started to rain. So if you hear the rain, I'm sorry.
The kind of skills that make him good at
Bodyguarding, which is a thing that they mentioned like 2 or
I
3
was trying-
times.
I was trying to make a quote from Taken.
I have a particular set of skills. Yeah,
but I just couldn't
Yeah,
get it.
yeah.
So you know what I meant.
Then we get introduced to the I don't know their last names. The Ramos family.
Yes.
The Ramos family with their little girl Lupita,
Yep.
who they just call Pita, who is Dakota Fanning, a young Dakota Fanning.
Yeah.
And they hire Mr. John Wick, Mr. John Creasy, to be the bodyguard of their daughter so that she can go back to private school and
Why
be
are
safe.
John's always like the badass assassins?
Do you want to know my actual theory about this?
Yes, I do.
Naming people is hard.
Is it? It seems easy.
Well, okay, so this is definitely more of a Sybil conversation because Sybil is for people who don't know, I'm writing a movie. Sybil's naming all of my characters because I'm bad at it, and all of her names rock. And so I have a bunch of like unique, interesting names for people that are memorable, and otherwise it'd be like John or Eric, Daniel.
Yeah, so but that's one of the things. I guess John's. If your name is John and you're a badass, I guess. But in the comments,
John
let
is
us know.
like the classic tough guy name.
Yeah,
John, Joe.
G.I. Joe,
Yeah, exactly.
Joe's. Yeah,
So any name that starts with a J and an O,
you're pretty much it. You're him.
you're the it boy. So they hire him, and he goes, "You don't want to hire me. I'm kind of an alcoholic." And they go, "You're perfect."
That's okay. Like, are you okay with this amount of money? Great, you're hired.
Pretty much. He gets his own little room.
I think it's important to talk about what's called Mickey Rourke character, the lawyer, because he's the one that kind of like is like, look, just get somebody. It doesn't matter if they're good or not.
Yeah,
Kind of.
yeah. I don't. I'll be honest with you. I barely cared that he existed until it was important.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be some of those characters.
So I guess
in
it's
movies.
important. So the lawyer was trying to tell the family that they needed to get a bodyguard and was
Played by
really
Mickey
pushing
Rourke.
for it. Played by Mickey Rourke. So they got him, and he
His name
starts.
wasn't his name Michael. His character's name was Michael.
It might have been.
I'm gonna look that up because I'm pretty
You can
sure.
look it up.
Oh well.
Well, he looks that up. Mr. Creasy and PETA get some time to learn more about each other. And PETA really wants to be friends with Mr. Creasy. And Mr. Creasy straight up just tells her, "Hey, I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to be your bodyguard. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to guard you, and that's about it. So don't talk to me. We're not friends."
I was wrong. Jordan Calfus, I think, or something like that.
It's close to Michael.
Jordan calcification or something.
Another fun thing that I've learned as a tip for writing in general
Yeah.
recently is to not, at your best ability, don't give people similar names.
Yeah.
Which sounds like it
Is
makes
that something
sense.
you struggled with in your naming schemes?
No, I just learned this from like I watched a lot of writing lectures
Yeah.
for fun because I'm sadistic. And one of the tips was, hey, by the way, if you've got like 30 characters, try your very best to make sure that you don't have like an Angela
person's
and an Amy and an Anna and an Anna. Give them all different names, different first letters of the alphabet. If you run out, start cycling. that was the tip.
You could take what's his name? Of course I'm blanking on his name. I think his name is Michael Schur. He creates a lot of TV shows. Mm-hmm. He created Parks and Rec. And Amy Poehler has a podcast, and he was on it, and he said that he just, in order to avoid conflicts with naming people real names and having issues with like, whatever, getting sued or blah, 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 he just comes up with the craziest names. I know you've not seen Parks and Rec, right? No. Okay. One of the characters' name is Purd Hapley. Purd Hapley.
You're about to lose your green tea to a cat.
So there's no issues with somebody's real name because Purd Hapley doesn't exist except for in that TV show.
Yeah, that makes sense. Which is another thing. Fantasy does it a lot too, where they just make up names, which Sybil is also very good at. So, anyways, so they're getting to spend some time with each other on car rides and stuff, and they're not friends.
Yeah, he makes it very clear. I am not your friend.
Yeah,
don't talk to me unless we have to. This is a
I'm
job.
here to protect you, and I'll protect you only.
Yeah, I'm not here to talk to you about how your day was.
Yeah.
And then at one point, I think she gets pretty mad about that.
Yeah, she, in the middle of traffic, like gets out of the front seat and goes into the back seat of the car.
Yeah, she's like, "All right, be my chauffeur then."
Yeah.
So.
Then they go back to the house, and the mom goes, "Hey, I heard that you said that you're not her friend." And he said, "Do you pay me to be her friend, or do you pay me to protect her?" And she goes, "I guess I pay you to protect her, but I am coming with you tomorrow to drop her off at school." And they do that, and they seem to be getting followed, and so he writes down on a piece of paper what he could make of the license plate.
Yeah, and PETA, you learn that she's very smart. You know what I mean?
And perceptive.
Perceptive. She notices that he notices, and so she starts to take account of the license plate as well, which will be important.
Yeah, later. Except for the last number. She does not remember the last number.
So maybe we give her too much credit.
She's like 10.
She's not great. she's not smart enough.
And then Creasy goes to her swim practice. and she's a little downtrodden on herself, saying that
think-
she's not like fast enough or anything.
Yeah, and she's not.
She's not.
It's true. But also, I think there's a scene that I feel like is important. I don't know if it's happened
Yeah. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
So, in the middle of the night after the "Hey, I'm not your friend" talk, Creasy drinks a lot and then tries to shoot himself in the head, and the bullet doesn't fire. And so he calls his good friend Christopher Walken and goes, "Hey, have you ever had a bullet misfire
in the middle of the night, like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning,
in the rain?"
in the rain? Yeah, and he's such a good friend that he's not even like,
Yeah,
what's going on?
he's
Why
like,
are you
"Hey,
waking
are
me up?"
you okay?" He's like, "Oh, sorry, I'm calling you so late." He's
And
like,
then
"Oh no, I'm watching TV."
Yeah, he says, "I've been up." Yeah, what a come on.
Solid friend, solid guy. We all need friends like that.
Yeah.
Please, nobody call me at 2 a.m. I don't wake up.
Yeah.
I don't wake up.
I literally go comatose at night. Like,
Yeah.
I just cannot be awake.
If you're having an emergency, call the police
Yeah.
or 911.
Yeah.
Call me at 10.
Yeah, you might have to call me 10 times before, like
Before your eyes even start to open.
If you're in immediate danger and you need help, it's gonna take a while to get me up to answer.
If you're in emotional danger, I don't know. You probably have friends that are light sleepers. If that's the case, so call one of them.
Yeah.
Not that I don't want to be there for you, but I also don't want to wake up from a dead sleep which I won't happen. Just to let you know, won't happen. So don't try. Glad we all came to this conclusion together.
Yeah, we're on the same page now. Same page club.
So he asks if he ever had a bullet misfire, and Christopher Walken goes, "Yeah, well, you know what they say, the guns,
A bullet
never lies, or whatever." Which is a weird thing, but it makes sense in the context of this movie. So it's fine.
I think he just made that up in that moment, probably.
I thought they said it like one other time before.
I know. I'm just joking. He was just.
I like this headcanon, though. He definitely made it up on the spot, and I like that now.
It doesn't have any meaning until he says it.
Yeah. I like that. I like that more.
Yeah. And you can clearly see, a small detail, but you can clearly see that the pin hit the bullet. It just didn't fire. Because it has the indentation in the back.
True.
So.
That is true. So then we get from practice, and they're in the car, and she goes, "I'm just not fast enough." And he said, "Oh, you're plenty fast once you're in the water. You're the fastest one in there. Your problem is that you are the last one to get into the water, off the block."
She hesitates off the what's it called?
The gun?
Yeah, when the gun goes off.
Yeah.
At the beginning. So
yeah,
she flinches.
And so they start practicing that, and he tries to condition her and have her practice and prep her for her swim meet that's happening in a few weeks.
The training montage.
And I don't think that there's anything like too critical that happens between that.
Except for the fact that they're bonding as human beings.
Yeah. They have a great time, and they do become friends, and he helps her with homework and stuff.
Yeah, he's softening because, being there and helping her out, and he's the walls that he has built up his whole life from human connection because of the things that he's done and has seen in his line of work are starting to come down because she's she's very persistent.
Yeah.
And so
she's very persistent.
So the walls are starting to come down. He's starting to let another person into his life and into his heart,
which is good. And then she ends up 3 weeks later getting first place in the swim meet from all the practice that they did.
Yeah, because that's the only thing that matters is winning.
That is the only thing that matters.
If you're not first, you're last.
Yeah, if you're not first, you're last. That's what he kept saying over and over. Yeah. He never said that.
And that one saying inspired the whole movie of Talladega Nights.
That is true. If you're not first, you're last. Second place just means you lost first.
Yeah, you're the first loser.
So she goes back to her dad and she goes, "Hey, I don't want to play piano. I want to swim." And he goes, "Well, tough shit. We have the best piano teacher that only lets certain amount of kids in a year. So you're going. And so she talks to Creasy about it, and he goes, hey, if you just, like, burp every minute while you're in the middle of practice, and you apologize every time,
this guy's
he will get so besides
incensed,
himself with disrespect that he'll probably drop you, which was, like, their last sweet bonding moment before she gets kidnapped.
In broad daylight.
And the police are in on it. There are 2 police cars that, like, block the street.
Yeah.
And Creasy starts shooting at him because he notices something's up immediately.
Yeah, he figures it out.
He gets all 4 of them, which we don't learn until a little bit later, where I was like, yes.
Yeah.
But there's, like, an actual shootout, and he gets pretty injured from it. And
we learned that the 4 of them are cops, and he's a cop. Now he's a cop killer, and it's like, well,
all 4 of them are
he's
cops.
A kidnapper killer.
Yeah.
So.
And they get Dakota Fanning.
He's made to look real bad in the media.
Yeah. And immediately they're like, hey, this guy killed 4 cops. We're probably going to arrest him once he gets out of the hospital.
Yeah. And then I think we're introduced to
the detective and the reporter, who are both working together on the kidnapping thing.
She has such a good moment when she starts asking questions in the press conference, like, wait a minute, aren't these guys dirty cops, basically?
Yeah.
She's like, wait, all 4 of these guys, aren't they, like, don't they have connections to, like, the mafia or what have you?
Yeah.
So that was kind of a good mic drop moment.
Yeah. And so that's when we start to see that there's some dissent and some distrust in the police. And we also see that when...
Which is unfounded, because we should always trust the police, because they always have our best interests in
every time.
And in their hearts.
Every single time. There's definitely nothing else going on in the world while we're recording this.
Yeah.
Or there was also nothing happening immediately after my vacation in Los Angeles ended.
Yeah. Because cops are good.
All cops. That's that phrase, right? Anyways.
That's the part that's going to get clipped, and we're going to look like horrible people.
It's fine. There's some. I got a good community over here. If I called the cops, they'd be here in under a minute, probably.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, there's one that lives down the street.
I know, but
good people.
But you fit the demographic for that.
That is true. And so does basically all 10,000 people in this city.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What's the point of privilege if you can't use it every once in a while?
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
So I understand I have it. I just, well, why not use it to get a little further?
I don't see movie stars turning down their free gift bags. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Why would you? They're free. So I'm working on a video right now, which includes me learning how to paint miniatures.
Nice.
To make miniature sets. And the way I'm doing it is from a kit that Gamers Workshop, the people who make Warhammer, gave to the shop for free.
Awesome.
So that's privilege right there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm using that. I also might play Warhammer. Who knows? I might just make the figures and go, yeah, that's enough.
Yeah. You know what's funny? There's a line in another movie that we did with Christopher Walken where he addresses the cops as well.
He does.
A 7-second pass. Do you remember that line?
I don't.
I'll do it afterwards.
Okay.
Because there's a word in there that I can't say.
So the family is working with private investigators to try to get their kid back, and the cops basically show up and they're like, "Hey, the attorney general gave us the ability to work outside the law on this one, like in an unofficial capacity," and they're like, "Oh, we don't want to work with y'all," but But the lawyer, I think, their attorney was like, no, I think that we could do that. That's fine.
Yeah, Jordan Kalfas.
Yeah.
Which
also shows the distrust in the police, just on like a personal level for them.
Yeah. But it's a proper sting, you know what I mean? They've got tons of staff with headphones on and the whole shebang.
Mm-hmm. And so they have this plan to go with whatever the kidnappers want, which is $10 million. Shoved in the back of a truck, put into place.
As they do, very specific instructions.
And then they'll get their kid back. after they get their money. And it goes south, and the kidnapper's brother, or no, his nephew, gets killed, and the money gets taken from them.
Yeah, they're robbed at the drop site. That's a cattail.
That's cat butt.
That's cat butt. Can't believe you showed that on the internet.
How dare you, Bonnie? So it goes south, and they don't get their kid, and then the kidnapper goes, "Hey, your kid's dead," and that's about that.
Yeah. The kidnapper calls up and he's like, "Yeah, I didn't get the money, so
You don't
say
get a kid. Yeah,
say goodbye to your daughter."
or don't, because we're not gonna let you.
Yeah.
And then Christopher walks into the hospital.
Yeah, he does.
And says, "Hey, man, you got all four of those cops. That's pretty good."
He drops the lore of him. You know, it really sets up how much of a badass Creasy is.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, what does he say? He says, "Hey, Creasy's an artist. His art is killing."
Yeah.
And he's about to paint his masterpiece. so that's kind of the in the John Wick movies.
Yeah.
When the gangster's on the phone and he's like, "I heard you slap my son," and then he just like, "John Wick," and then he's like, "Oh," and hangs up. That was kind of that moment, but with more words.
Yeah, and Christopher Walken also tells Creasy that the kid's dead, and that's why he's gonna go apeshit.
Yeah.
So the detective breaks him out of the hospital. Not really breaks him out, but gets him patched up enough to get out of the hospital.
Yeah, he's not fully. He's not at 100% at all.
Mm-hmm. And
the rest of the movie.
And Christopher Walken's like, "Hey, I'm gonna take you across the border, get you in San Diego where you can be safe." And he's like, "Or we can."
I've got work to do.
Yeah. You drop me off over at the crime scene. This reporter lady probably wants to talk to me. And he goes, "Hey, whatever information you can give me, I'll get you more afterwards." And she goes, "Okay, this is what we know. Stop. You're going to stop the recording. I love you so much. Beg for attention from Jarvis." He doesn't have a thing that'll turn things off.
I'll give you attention.
This little cat's been so needy all day. I want you to know. She's always so needy. Look at her. You see this? She rubs her little face on everything and wants to touch everything all the time. And then this is where Creasy starts going on his murder spree. The first one is the dude who actually kidnapped her.
Yeah.
They find the car, and the guy goes, "Hey, he's not the one with the... No, he was the one with the debit card, right?"
No, not yet.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. So he goes, "Hey, I don't have any information. Don't you know who I am?" And he goes, "Oh, I know exactly who you are." Tapes his hands to the steering wheel.
Yeah, I think first off, he like pistol whips him early on and then gets in the car, holds him at gunpoint, tells him to drive to a specific spot.
Yeah.
And then we see he tapes his hands to the steering wheel. This is where it starts to get good.
And he starts asking questions and says that if he doesn't answer them, he's going to start losing fingers. And the dude doesn't really take him seriously, and so he cuts off a finger.
Man, if
cauterizes it immediately.
Yeah, if I was in that position, I would fold so quick.
Yeah, I would have all 10 fingers. I'll tell you what.
You know what, bro? I believe you.
Yeah,
you kidnap me. You got a gun.
Do that, man.
Trust me, I believe you.
I'm just gonna tell you everything that you need.
It'd sell out so quick.
So quick. And so he has like a bunch of questions, like who takes care of everything. He's like, "Oh, dude, I don't have any information on anything. I get a call and a place and a person, and that's all I get."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Bullshit. Tell me more."
Yeah, and then the guy loses a finger, and that really set the, like, when that moment started happening, I was like, "Oh,
yeah." You're like, "Okay, this is where it's going now."
Yeah, because he literally cuts off a finger, and then he takes the cigarette lighter in the car and puts it on top of the severed finger to cauterize it so he doesn't bleed out. I mean, I'm just like, okay,
this man is a professional. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So he gets whatever information he can get from him, which leads him to the next place
Yeah.
which is it is the nightclub. He kills the dude, by the way. He shoots him in the head and then sunsets the car over a cliff, which is crazy.
Yeah, that guy definitely dies. If not from the impact, from the fire.
That guy's dead.
That man is on
fire.
That man is on fire.
That man at least is on fire. So he goes to the nightclub, finds a dude, and he goes, "Hey, what can you tell me about this girl?" And shows the picture of Dakota Fanning. And the guy goes, "I don't know anything about that." And he goes, "Keep walking. Let's go into the back room." And starts going,
"Tell me, American dude for some reason."
Yeah. He said, "Tell me what you know." And he gets like 2 or 3 people lined up, right?
Yeah, there's a woman, and then there's that American dude. I think at least those two.
Yeah, that scene was a little much.
So, guys, sorry. This is the first time that I probably didn't watch the movie like before recording, but I've seen it so many times, so I was just like, eh.
Yeah, that's fair. I think what happens is that he lines up a couple people in a room and he goes, "You person in the middle, tell me what you know about this." And they go, "I don't know anything." And he goes,
yeah.
"Now tell me."
I think there was. I think
like going one at a time.
I think he was like a bouncer. You're right. He's like some low level bouncer, and yeah. So he gets off immediately.
She is in such a crazy position. You guys can't see her, but she is full belly up. Just rubbing.
She's finally getting the attention she's been wanting.
Yeah.
She's loving it.
Yeah. I want you to know that when you leave, she will act like none of this happened. Because that's exactly how this happens every time.
Attention hog, huh? Mm-hmm. Never enough.
Insatiable. Yeah. You start petting somebody else, she'll hop up. She'll go, "Hey, what about me?"
Yeah, where are my pets?
So he takes that one guy that one guy's there with the lady.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Hey, tell me, I really I need to know who your boss is." And he goes, "I don't know anything about my boss." We call him the voice, and I get a page that says, "Hey, someone's coming in," and that's all I know. And he's like, "Bullshit, man. You're fucking dead." Yeah,
and he stays true to his word on that one.
He does, and he goes, "No, really, I don't get any information. This is how I get paid. It's a prepaid debit card. I get $200 a week.
Yeah,
to take out.
That's crazy.
Which is the crazy. Yeah, you'd have to pay me way more than that to even consider kidnapping children.
I mean,
way more than.
I mean, I guess a question would be: is that USD or is that pesos?
Oh, it's Bitcoin. That real early Bitcoin.
Oh, okay. So not worth much at that.
So if that guy did not get killed right there, he would have been living
millions. He would have been chilling. He would have been set up for life. Okay.
Dumb joke. He dies, and then he talks to the lady.
It's funny, and the funny thing about that death is that I think he thought that he had a good rapport with the guy with the gun, and thought that he was going to live.
Oh, yeah, he definitely did.
He seemed a little surprised that he was about to die. Once a few seconds before it happened.
Yeah.
I was like,
and then it dawned on him, and he was like, "I'm
not the brightest." Because the first guy knew, he was like, "I'm just going to die anyways, no matter what. There's no way I'm getting out of this."
Yeah, there's no way he was getting out of it.
But
wow, what a baby.
Yeah, but this other American guy was not quite as smart.
So he talks to the lady, and the lady goes, I recognize her, but she's not here. I don't know who took her."
No, I think he said
she had some information.
No, I think she said no. She's here. She's alive.
Oh yeah, he didn't. She didn't know who he was talking about. She goes, I can get you the girl.
What do you mean? You're looking for the girl? She's here.
So what do you mean you can get me the girl?
Yeah.
And so she takes him into a back room where it's some other girl.
Yeah.
And the good bodyguard that he is, takes them both outside, leaves her in the
burning.
Yeah, and
the burning club.
Yeah, and blows it up, and then calls the reporter and goes, "Hey, has there been another kidnapping recently?"
Yeah, that might have been our first woman on fire.
Yeah, Woman on Fire. This Girl is on Fire by Alicia Keys. And then calls the reporter and goes, "Hey, has there been any other kidnappings recently?" And she goes, "Yeah, I think her name was Carmen."
Yeah.
And he goes, is your name Carmen?" She goes, "Yes." And he goes, "Okay,
I've got her.
Come pick her up."
Yeah.
And then shows up and says, here's the girl. Here's the debit card. The PIN number on it is 4747. I need to know who puts money into this account.
Yeah, find out for me.
Yeah. And so she does, because that's all the reporter's been wanting for a long time, is someone to just get information on this ring.
There's nothing better than when you have a job to do and somebody else does most of the work for you.
Oh, it's so good.
It's great.
And I don't even think he learns about... what he learned from the guy is that the attorney, Jordan, was a part of it. That's what happened. And so he immediately goes out and is like, great, I'm going to go find Jordan and I'm going to take care of this problem. And all we get is...
No, I think that's later, isn't it?
Oh,
because I think they get the guy from the convoy first, right?
Oh, yeah. He stakes out a convoy, shoots a rocket launcher at the convoy.
From some random person.
Yeah. And then we get another, like...
So basically he finds...
the route.
One of the leaders.
Yeah.
They're part of this thing called the Brotherhood. And so... and it turns out he's like the police chief or something.
Yeah. Yes.
He's like,
that was the one.
Yeah,
he's like a
satisfying
high up police officer.
Yeah, because he lives on a compound. He's got bodyguards. He travels in a what's it called?
Oh, yeah. It was I remember what you're talking about now, because it was the line was something like, "Oh, he lives on a compound. He's like more protected than the president." And Denzel Washington goes, "Good. He's gonna need it."
Oh, he's like, bet.
Crazy.
He was like, he looks at the camera and says, "Bet."
Yeah.
and then of course there's his whole like getting all the weapons and stuff that he needs.
Yeah.
Montage a little bit.
Yeah, and then he goes to the compound and kills the dude, and then gets the information for the convoy.
He blows up the what's that called? Motorcade.
Yeah. That
he's a part of. He blows up the first one, so the second one has to stop where he is, and then he kind of just he gets rid of everybody from the motorcade and drives him to an underpass where they can't be seen by helicopters, strips him down, ties him to the hood of the car, and starts he starts interrogating him.
Yeah. And the dude was like, "Do you know who I am?" And he goes, "Oh, I know who you are."
Yeah.
So I'm the president of this group. And he goes, "Cool."
Yeah. And there's this thing that they draw attention to that they always mention. He's like, "Hey, I'm part of the Brotherhood," and like that means something.
Yeah. And he's
him,
like, "Great,
it doesn't.
Love it. Thanks for confirming."
Yeah, he doesn't care that they're part of the Brotherhood.
I don't care what gang you're a part of, dude.
And another thing that the people keep saying to him that he's just like, yeah, I still don't. He's like, okay, because they keep saying, I'm a professional. And he's like,
and they keep saying that.
Yeah, you're about to professionally die.
Yeah,
is I think what he claps back with.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one was very satisfying as well, because basically the whole time before he starts the interrogation, he has a little bomb connected to a remote detonator
that gets set off by a pager.
Yeah, it gets set off by a pager, and he basically starts the conversation with, so do you know what these things are? This is a timer. This is the detonator. This is this. And he's like, this is inside your butt.
Yeah.
He's like, I've shoved this up your dirty, nasty, kidnapping ass. And he's like, and it's going to go off in
5 minutes.
5 minutes. And so then he starts the interrogation, which was
that scene, by the way, it takes 5 minutes.
Yeah, it should. Yeah,
no movie time here.
I love when they do that, and that's one of the reasons why I liked The Suicide Squad with James Gunn, because when it says 8 minutes earlier, it's almost exactly 8 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
So I like that attention to detail.
I do too. So he gets more information out of the dude that I do not remember what it was, and the guy also thought like, oh, okay, he can stop this bomb.
Yeah,
he wasn't stopping the bomb.
No. Yeah,
he was straight. He never said that he had a chance. He said, "You're gonna blow up in 5 minutes. Tell me what you know."
Yeah, and this was an important line too, because after Pita, everybody thought that Pita was dead. He's like looking in her notebook and stuff like that, and or the mother is her mother is looking in the notebook, and then Creasy comes in. and they have a brief conversation, and he's like, I'm going to kill everybody that had anything to do with her death, like her kidnapping and her death. And she was like, kill them all. And so
that's why he's going for it.
He's a man of his word.
Which then he got a call from the reporter that said, "Hey, he got they've like faxed him over the information or whatever. I don't know why he had the fax machine, but they faxed the information over or whatever." Yeah. And he called the reporter and he goes, "Hey, can you get these translated so that I can be sure of what I'm seeing here?" Because what he saw on there was money was being transferred into an account from Peter's father.
Ooh, yep.
Yeah. And they said, she said, "Yeah, I can check on this. Also, we know who the ringleader's brother is and where he lives."
Yeah, well, the lawyer's involved, and so he goes to make that pit stop first.
But he's already dead.
Yeah, he's dead and floating in his own pool.
Yeah.
At his house, so he's like, "Oh, that was easy."
Yeah, much easier.
He hit that was easy.
Someone else is in on this. That's great.
Yeah, but then he makes a stop at Peter's dad's Peter's house
and walks in and sees the dad. And
he sees the mom, and he's like, "Did you know about this?"
Oh no! He walks in, sees the dad, is about to have the conversation with the dad, and the mom walks in, and he looks at the dad and he goes, "I'm going to talk to her. If you move, if you say a fucking word, I will take your life right here."
Really? Yeah.
And walks over to her and says, "Do you know about any of this? Were you a part of it?" And she goes, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. And then the dad speaks up and he goes, "I only did this for us. I was supposed to have. What did
you feel in that moment?
I knew one of them was in on it. I thought it was her. I thought it was her, but it was because I said something in the middle of the movie. I'm going to feel bad about it saying it out loud. But I said either she's in on it or she's a bad actress.
And she was neither of those things.
No, because she actually did really good, especially in the second half. So that's why I feel bad, because I was like, no, she did really good after all of this stuff happened. But I don't think that they portrayed her very well in the beginning of the movie, because she seemed like an absent mom. And she was hovering over the whole bodyguard situation.
Yeah.
So it seemed like she was the one that was in on it. But she's not. She's a victim to this circumstance. And we learned that the dad only did it all because of his dad's debts to the attorney. And the attorney said, "Hey, everything will be fine and you'll get the kid back in 2 days." And that didn't happen.
Yeah, supposedly his dad had factories and had a huge business, but he wasn't very good at it. It was all debt, and so
he would try to wipe out the debt with the attorney.
He tried to say that like she liked spending money, part of it was involved or something like that. He tried to victim blame.
Yeah, and so she turns to Creasy and goes, "Either you kill him or I'm going to do it." And Creasy instead goes, "Actually, I have a better idea," and pulls out his gun. Takes the bullet that didn't go off on him,
all the bullets except
and
for
tells the dad, "Bullets know the truth," or whatever the line is, and puts it on the table and has him kill himself.
Yeah,
and said, "I'll pray for you," which I think is a funny line.
Yeah, and then he walks away, and then you just hear the gun go off.
Mm-hmm. So.
That was
then you go, "Oh, this is."
Moment too.
It was a satisfying moment, because why the fuck would you be like, "Oh yeah, to wipe out my debts, I'll stage a kidnapping and traumatize my daughter for life"? That's a great idea,
dude. And when you look at all the characters in the movie, he's the worst piece of garbage in the whole movie.
Yeah.
So
for that specific moment, his motivation made sense. I will say, I'll give him the motivation made sense. You know, if like you're sitting on like unpayable debts, and that's like looming over you, it's better than just, "I wanted money." You know?
I don't know, man. Involving his daughter in that I think is just irredeemable. I mean,
No, I agree. I'm just saying at least the motivation made sense.
There's so many other horrible ways to deal with that. Like, it's not going to be fun or easy, but you don't give your kid up for that. It's not worth giving your kid up. And so I don't know. Yeah.
So he gets a call. No, he gets a call from the reporter, and the reporter goes, "Hey, we just get like they ran the information, and they found the brother, and she goes out to her car and basically almost gets shot from a dude who goes, "If you value your life, you won't publish the pictures."
Yeah.
Of the guy's brother who runs the whole thing. And so she calls Creasy and goes,
And then
"Hey,
she-
I have the stuff that you asked for. I also know where this dude lives, all of his family and his kids' names and his wife's name.
Yeah.
And you can pick up a copy of this morning's paper with his face on it."
Yeah, I know.
And I was like, hard.
Yeah, when the guy was like, "Don't publish this if you value your life," and then she just looked at the camera and said, "Bet."
Yeah, no, I was like, damn, that's hard. That the next thing that happened was her going, pick up a paper.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like,
It'll
that's
be in the
cool.
morning
I
paper.
like that. That was neat.
Yeah. Yeah, she was a good character. Her and the detective, all solid.
All solid.
Yeah.
And so he goes and finds the brother and basically holds him for ransom so that he can talk to the ringleader. And the ringleader goes, "Just name your price. I'll give you whatever what you want." And he said, "I want you."
Yeah, he finds
I
the
want
brother.
you. He goes, "Oh, your
infiltrates-
brother wants to talk to you real quick." And walks
Oh
over,
my
hands
gosh.
the phone, and shoots his brother's hand off,
Yeah. He loses
the
all his
phone.
fingers, just like the first guy.
just like the first guy.
So there's that circular.
And it starts to seem like he's gonna kill the dude's wife. No, he does.
No, I think it's his. I think it's his mistress,
Probably.
but she's got she's got like several of his children.
Yeah.
So and he's like, yeah, man, I've got your family now. How does that feel?
And he said, "Why don't we trade a life for a life?
Yeah. And
I
he's-
give you the girl, and I get to kill you." Basically, is what he said.
Yeah, he's like,
And Creasy was like, "You tell me that you give me proof of life, and it's a deal."
yeah.
And
He almost got mad because
so
he
he
was
proves
like,
it.
don't
don't
you
promise
dare
that.
lie to me.
Yeah, don't you promise that.
don't give me hope that she's alive. He's like, I'm coming for you, and he's like, no, she's alive. He's like, pinky swear.
Yeah. And so they come up with
He does put her
a
on the
deal.
phone.
Yeah.
He does put her on the phone.
Yeah.
No.
He
says,
asks
"What's
for the name of the
her
bear.
teddy bear?" Yeah.
Yeah. And so that proves it. And so they come up with a deal. Creasy goes to the mom and goes, "Hey, I need you to meet us at this place at this time." And basically says, I'm going to go up there and make sure that I get your daughter back. But if anything goes bad, you pull the trigger on this guy
Yeah,
immediately.
he hands her the shotgun that blew off his fingers and was like,
Yeah.
you know what to do.
And was like, "Are you okay?" And she went, "Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fine." He goes up on the bridge. He gets Dakota Fanning back. It's a very sweet moment.
Yeah,
And then she
she
goes, "Are
hugs
you
him.
coming back with us?" And he said, "I'm going home," which just means he's going to die.
Yeah.
And she goes back to her mom. They drive off. The dude's brother runs over to him, and then Creasy gets in the car. And then it fades out, and we get the detective found the brother and killed him, and Creasy also died the same day.
Yeah, I think he literally
fine.
dies in the car. I think that's what.
And the
it is.
detective
When it
finds him the same day because it was the same day on the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. He literally, because again, this whole time he's got unhealed gunshots, wounds, and he's just bleeding out the whole movie. Plus, when he's going after the brother and the mistress, he gets shot at least one or two more times. So he's not doing too great.
And that's the movie.
Yeah. So
That is quite literally the way it ends. That's it.
yeah, The last parts, I think we just see it in newspapers,
Yeah, it's just like
newspaper headlines.
it's
that
just like boom, this thing happened, this thing happened.
we
the
got him. He's dead.
roll
now.
credits.
Yeah, I think they show him the cop shooting him or the detectives.
Yeah. But
guy who's
the
ahead of it
ringleader
all,
the ringleader didn't. He got away. I guess. No, it was the detective got the brother. Like specifically stated that it was the brother.
voice. He dies.
Yeah, the brother is the voice. Do you not remember this part?
The one that got his fingers blown off.
Yeah,
No,
the brother is the voice.
no, the guy on the phone.
That
is
was
the
his.
voice.
It showed his face.
I'm gonna rewatch this and figure this out
Okay, I'm fine with that.
because I'm pretty sure they got him and they show them
And
shooting.
then, and then
Dan-
like
Daniel,
the,
Daniel,
and
they
then
shoot
like
Daniel.
the, and then like the no, it was his brother. It didn't say Daniel. It's just like they can put in the comments right now the answer to the question. You, Jarvis, can put it in the comments when this posts. You can look it up right now. Well, while you look it up, I'm going to tell you what the better full length ending was to this movie. And the better full length ending of this movie was Creasy gets put in the car. They drive off to the manor. Creasy meets with the dude face to face, and they have a talk. And Creasy basically goes, "Hey man, before you kill me, I just want to let you know you're fucked." And we learned that Creasy put a bomb in his butt and exploded them all. And that was the better ending, I think. Because then he is the man on fire. Jarvis is looking so carefully into this. So, $70 million movie. It was a box office success. At I think like 100 million. I'm gonna be honest. Most of that was probably just. Where is it? I have it up. Probably most of that was the cast, which is crazy to say because why wouldn't it be? Yeah, $130 million is what it made. Oh, okay. Well, okay. Then that changes my opinion on the ending a little bit.
All right, so
No, the better ending was watching the dude get killed, not being told in an afterthought that he was killed.
sure, but I was right.
You were right. I'm gonna tell you, you were right. You have watched it multiple times.
Yeah. So the voice, the guy that we think gets away because he's like, "I'll trade your life for her life."
Yeah.
In the end,
The detective got him.
Yeah, they continue their.
But in the extended
stuff, yeah.
original ending, Creasy blows them up with himself.
Yeah, I saw that in the Reddit thing.
Okay.
He plants a bomb, but I don't think I ever saw that version.
I think it's probably on like a DVD extension.
Probably.
I got it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I went, yeah, this is better because my whole thing was, why is Creasy just going to let this guy get away with it?
Yeah.
And hope that the judicial system takes place?
Yeah.
No, that's not what happened this whole time.
Yeah.
It's a crazy way to end it. It's the A story wraps up, which is Creasy gets the girl back, and that's what we all want.
Creasy
But the B
always,
story doesn't.
Creasy
and
always gets
that's
the
bad.
girl.
Yeah. But do you have anything that you care to say about this movie?
I mean, I just love it. I
Yeah.
enjoy watching it. Every time that I rewatch it, it's still very satisfying. Again, like the message is so good that you've got a guy who, like, he literally has no reason to want to live any further.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I think Christopher Walken's character, I forget his name, but he says, like, she gave him a reason to live. Like,
Yeah.
she literally changed his life and gave him something that was like invaluable, a chance to start healing. You know what I mean? Through her life, to have a connection, to have somebody that doesn't know his past, but only sees him, as something good. I think he needed that because even his best friend knew all the horrible things he'd done. You know what I mean? But this young girl doesn't know about his past, but just sees him as like, this is a good man. This is my protector. This is someone I can trust. And when he gets that motivates him. He's like, to go from my life means nothing, I'm going to take it, to her life is worth everything. Like, her life is worth my life and more. And he makes that happen. I think that's so powerful. I think that's so strong. And I loved it because the depth of it is the fact that we see how depressed and how just done with life he is. And to see him have that ignited him, like, hey, you have something to live for now. Like, it's such a strong motivation. So
Yeah.
I loved it.
Do you want me to tell everybody some of the killer quotes from this movie?
Yeah, dude, let's do it.
This one was Christopher Walken talking to the detective.
Yeah.
And the detective, I think the conversation was the detective being like, I just wish he wouldn't like go through all of this and would let like the judicial system
us
take
handle
place.
it.
And he says he'll deliver more justice in a weekend than 10 years of your courts and tribunals.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, great line.
When he's about to shoot a rocket launcher into into the motorcade, the elderly man's house that he's in. The elderly man says, "In the church, they say to forgive." And Denzel goes, "Forgiveness is between them and God. It's my job to arrange the meeting."
Yeah. So good.
It's pretty good. Before the bomb goes off in that one dude,
Yeah.
he goes, wait, a last wish, please, please, please. And Creasy goes, "Last wish? I wish you had more time."
I wish you had more time. Oh, so good.
Very good. Okay, my friend, it's off to the next life for you. I guarantee you, you won't be lonely. It's also good.
Oh, yeah. Dude, Denzel's so good.
All
I'm
those
sorry.
Unfortunately, once Dakota Fanning gets kidnapped, Denzel Washington's a walking quote machine, you know?
Yeah.
He's so quotable. I don't like you know what they say, a bullet always tells the truth. I think that's a cringe line, but it's fine.
Yeah.
That's
why I
works.
said. I think
it works for the movie.
I think you just made it up. In that
I
moment.
do like
To make him feel better.
I do like he just made it up to make him feel better
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it works like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
much better.
Yeah, I agree.
He's better protected than our president. He's gonna need it. Was also a good one. I like that one a lot. Yeah, that's about it for what's right here right now.
Yeah. So very, very good, very satisfying, very entertaining. It has all the things that you'd want in that type of movie, if you ask me. And then, did you you mentioned the box office success? Are we gonna do the box office?
Did you not hear it?
Oh, did I miss it?
Yeah. So now that the audience the audience is in, how much did it cost to make?
I want to say 35 mil.
Okay, double it.
Oh, really? 70?
Exactly double it, yeah.
Wow.
70 mil.
70 mil, okay.
And how much do you think it made overall?
275 mil.
130 million.
Oh, that makes me sad. I wish it made more because I love that movie.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so much better than Taken.
It was a better action movie.
It is so much
I
better
enjoyed
than
it
Taken.
more than I thought I would, to be honest.
Yeah.
Which is good. So my arbitrary rating is you should watch it. Not on Hulu, though. Don't give Hulu your money anymore. They put ads in things, and it was frustrating me.
Oh, no.
I pay them $15 a month to play ads for me. I don't like that.
All these streaming services. What are you going to do, man?
Not watch the ads.
Yeah. For me, this is a for sure rewatchable. I wouldn't say that you have to own it, but I think it's a good movie to go back to if you're just like, man, you know what? I just want to watch something that's, really good.
If you like Denzel movies and you like action movies, I would say own it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know. I have those feelings sometimes. I just want to watch justice be served. You know what I mean? And I want Denzel to do it.
And in a way that you care about.
Exactly. Yeah. It's so strong. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think it's stronger than his motivations in like The Equalizer. Have you seen that one with Denzel? Oh my gosh.
I don't watch action movies.
I mean, but there's some of them are satisfying.
I guess when you remake them, yeah. If they're being remade, they must have been good originally.
Yeah. But not.
I wonder what the 1983 version of the movie's ending was. Whoa.
Let's see.
We should.
Okay. Whatever. I don't care. If you want us to watch the original
let me
and
pull
review
it
that
up.
one, put in the comments you want us to watch the first one, the original. Otherwise, we're not going to do it.
It was 1987.
Yeah. A year before I was born.
Let's see who played Creasy. Scott Glenn played not John Creasy, but Christian Creasy. Interesting.
Yeah.
And Joe Pesci's in it.
Oh, I like him. Well, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Hope you enjoyed our review and commentary on Man on Fire with Denzel Washington and Dakota Fanning. We hope your day's everything you dreamed it'd be and more, and we'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, man. We're trying to do more content for you guys.
Content. Hey, full-time MFers. You like this video?
because we sure did. If you liked it, maybe you should share it with your friends. Maybe like the video and subscribe.
If we were you, that's what we would do. I mean, if I was watching this,
I'd be all over that.
Like, and I'd hit that share, and then I would hit that subscribe in that order.
Yeah. There's also another video that's popped up. YouTube thinks you like this one, so you should watch that one now.
See you next time.